you see all these YouTubers and you see all these people running around saying, I predict it'll be $3 or $5 or $10. And that is the least interesting thing and the most destructive thing I think that can happen for the project. The minute Cardano launched, there was always this uncomfortable tension where all these new people showed up, and the only thing they care about is whether ADA goes up or down. And their whole judge of whether a project is successful or not is the value of ADA. We have multi-asset in market. There's more than 10,000 assets issued on Cardano. We're really, toying with these deep computational models and so forth. And the only thing you can find to say congratulations about is the fact that ADA has reached some arbitrary price point. One of the worst things that can happen and the best things that can happen to a cryptocurrency project is price appreciation and notoriety. The best days of my life were in 2015 and 2016 before Cardano launched, because we were science and we were doing engineering and we were really enjoying and fired up about just getting to the business of business and thinking about protocol development and thinking about scientific advancement. The minute Cardano launched, there was always this uncomfortable tension where all these new people showed up, and the only thing they care about is whether ADA goes up or down. And their whole judge of whether a project is successful or not is the value of ADA. Some of the most deeply uncomfortable emails and messages I've gotten in my career were usually from friends or companies congratulating me when ADA reached some arbitrary price point, like $1 or something like that. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, we've written 102 papers, we've written all this code, we're actually deploying useful things, like we have metadata since December and it's being used for beef chain and supply chains. There's like cows on our blockchain. We have multi-asset in market. There's more than 10,000 assets issued on Cardano. We're really, toying with these deep computational models and so forth. And the only thing you can find to say congratulations about is the fact that ADA has reached some arbitrary price point. But what really bothers me is that beyond that, you see all these YouTubers and you see all these people running around saying, I predict it'll be $3 or $5 or $10. And that is the least interesting thing and the most destructive thing I think that can happen for the project. I don't know why the markets behave why they behave. I've been in Bitcoin since it was $1. And I watched it go way up and way down and way up and way down. And the people who predict this stuff, we call them hedge fund traders. They're really rich. They buy the New York Mets. I am not that guy. I don't know why the price goes up. I don't know why the price goes down. And I don't want anything to do with base speculation about these particular things. It's not my job as a technology company, an engineer, a scientist, to go and make the price go up. It's my job to wake up and worry about, how do you run a nation on Cardano? What would be the actual technical requirement there? How do we make it useful so when the anti-counterfeiting people come in and they say, we want, I don't know, pick an example, we want Rolexes to be authenticated. How do you actually figure something out like that? What if Lamborghini came to me tomorrow and said, we want to do NFTs and authentication and do our merchandise and rah on your blockchain? That's the kind of stuff that matters to me. And I believe very firmly that we are, as an ecosystem, in the best position over the next 5 years to capture chunks of those types of marketplaces. Now, you can make a decision of what does that mean for the ecosystem's overall value. But that's always contextual to the macro. It's always contextual to what's going on in society. What if, regulatory events happen and Bitcoin gets hit really hard by the United States? We can have 10,000 businesses and we can have all this great progress that we've done, and it would still be a bear market. Everything will be in the toilet. What if tomorrow the U.S. government, the Federal Reserve, wakes up and says, we are going to take 10% of our assets on our balance sheet with Bitcoin? You could be the worst project in the world, like the 9-Inch Nail song, a copy of a copy of a copy. And you're still probably worth $1 billion because of this bizarro Satoshi-driven rising tides, trading pair logic. Okay, so these markets are unpredictable. They're unstable. There's still a lot of inside baseball that occurs because of light regulation in the international markets. And honestly, it's a game that I don't know how to win and I don't play. So never come to me or our company talk about price appreciation. Never ask me on for an interview to talk about the price of ADA or how do you think we're doing in the markets or our comparable position, how we're going to be worth as much as Polkadot or worth as much as this, or when will Cardano flip Ethereum's market cap. That's just not something I care about, I'm interested in, and I think is valuable to us as an ecosystem.